I'm Stephanie,
I'm Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
Girl.
What's that?
I want to start talking about this book. Like, first off,
Okay.
let's get it out of the way.
Okay,
Can we do that?
we can.
Okay. So, our book this week, both of our listeners are probably like, what is going on? I'm in a little bit of a reading funk.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I'm just picking the worst books that were on Reese's and Oprah's book list. But send in some recommendations because we need some more. So this week we did Mother-Daughter Murder Night by Nina Simon.
Mm-hmm.
And let's do our blurb. Okay. You want me to read our blurb or you got it?
Do you want to take a turn?
I can take a turn.
All right.
This is going to be great. All right. High-powered businesswoman Lana Rubicon has a lot to be proud of. Her keen intelligence, impeccable taste, and the LA real estate empire she's built. But when she finds herself trapped 300 miles north of the city, convalescing in a sleepy coastal town with her adult daughter Beth and teenage granddaughter Jack, Lana is stuck counting otters instead of square footage and hoping that boredom won't kill her before the cancer does. Then Jack, tiny in stature but fiercely independent, happened upon a dead body while kayaking. She quickly becomes a suspect in the homicide investigation, and the Rubicon women are thrown into chaos. Beth thinks Lana should focus on recovery, but Lana has a better idea. She'll pull on her wig, find the true murderer, protect her family, and prove she still has power. With Jack and Beth's help, Lana uncovers a web of lies, family vendettas, and land disputes lurking beneath the surface of a community populated by folksy conservationists and wealthy ranchers. But as their amateur snooping advances into ever more dangerous territory, the headstrong Rubicon women must learn to do the one thing they've always resisted: depend on each other.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so your expression was not impressed.
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I got through it, and I was interested.
Yeah.
I just wasn't like fully invested.
Yes. So for me, this book started out like, I was like, oh, this is great. I am all in. And then it tanked.
Well, the first whatever, like the pre-chapter, whatever you want to call it, was them describing a dead seal. And like very gory details.
Very
and
gory.
I was like,
right.
I don't know about this.
Right. And the purpose of that was to make you think it was a body, like a human body.
Right. But I was just like, oh, that was a lot of detail. I could have done without that.
The thing.
And it's like horrible to say, but when a person dies, I'm okay. But don't tell me about the animals.
I don't want an animal to die. I don't want to hear about it. No. Don't want to see it. Don't want to think about it. Nope, they all live.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was right from the start. I was like, oh, with that. Yeah. But I did think that the family dynamics were interesting. I wasn't
totally.
I feel like Lana, I don't know how they pronounced it on the audiobook. I feel like she was probably a little bit neglectful of her daughter growing up, since she was a single parent and she was building her empire.
And very, very young.
Yeah. And so I feel like...
Yeah, she was young too. Yeah.
She was probably a little bit like neglectful or just not there, is the kind of vibe I got.
Right.
And the daughter...
Beth, and then Jack is the granddaughter.
Beth... is also a single parent.
Yes.
She had a
super young
child, yeah. So, but did not follow the same...
She almost overcompensated for that by being 200% invested in everything that her little family had going on, which was just she and Jack.
Right. So the dynamics of all three of them, and then it kind of feel like Lana was like trying to make up for her but mistakes with Beth. Yeah. With the granddaughter. Yes. And Beth was a little bit resentful of that, I feel like.
She was. And poor Jack just wanted everybody to love her and everybody to get along, almost, was the vibe that I got. Yeah, it was an interesting dynamic. And the way that played out in the story, with each of them taking different roles and different things, and the arguments and tension and all those, it was... I could see myself in some of these characters. Yes. Who did you feel like you related with the most?
Probably, and not necessarily, my mom was a fantastic mom. Right. But probably Beth. I feel like I overcompensated parent-wise for other people.
Dynamics.
So I feel like probably that. I got that, I guess, wanting to be everything.
Right.
You know?
I felt the same way too. I would identify with Beth more than Lana or even little feisty Jack.
Yeah.
Just because you're just trying to take care of everything and you're focused on everything else.
Yeah.
And not really, like, I felt like Lana was more focused on herself and selfish and career. And I mean, that works for some people and that's fine. That's just not kind of where I am.
Right.
So yeah, I'm the same. I identified more as Beth.
And Beth didn't have any family around to help. And I mean, since Dylan was born, we've never my mom now lives here, but we never had family around us. And so like you're just always, trying to make things work.
That would be tough for you.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, yeah.
But luckily, I have an amazing. I always had a great, amazing friend network.
Yeah,
and like the phrase "it takes a village."
Oh, totally. Yeah,
definitely came into play.
Yeah.
So I've always had a great friend network that was extended family.
Yeah.
So I guess that made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's not like I really call a lot of friends to ask them to do something for Jackson.
Right.
I feel like I'm always the one that needs to be there for everybody else.
Same. Yeah.
But just to know that I have people that I could put that are local.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I never thought about that for you.
Oh.
Well, I'm your friend group.
No.
I am everything you need me to be. I'm wind beneath your wings. Do you want me to sing?
Yes.
I mean, it's song time.
Go ahead.
I can fly high. No. Okay, what's up? Why'd you catch your breath? Because it was song time?
I was like,
oh, you were ready.
I was anticipating.
Oh. I'm better at the raps and the slow.
Yeah. I don't have that high
Oh Lord, no.
Notes,
oh no. I did like what'd you think about the ending of this? Sorry.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. I'm always. I think because we've read so many of these
back and forth kind of
niche stuff. I always have a apprehension about the nice guy.
Yes.
So I'm always kind of like,
yes.
Did he do it?
I actually have a note here that I went back and forth with Ricardo and Martin, or were they a couple? Like, I went through all the different scenarios and situations that who could have been the dude.
Yeah, I think that sister was too obvious.
Yeah.
And I thought that the tycoon guy was too obvious.
Peter, Paul, Mary. I think he was Paul.
But I'm always very apprehensive over the nice guy.
Yeah.
So it's
right. Right.
They try to throw you off.
And they don't.
No.
So this one only had one flip. Like the ones where there's triple turns are the ones that I'm starting to kind of need. I need to amp up our reading game to those, because when they're not twisted enough. I did like the very end when little Jack picked up that boat. Yes. That was tough to me. Yes. TUFF, as Jackson would say. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. I was proud of her for that. So because, there's so much stuff in the news and social media about police. I was very yes, thinking about how the cops handle this. Yes. And so there was a male and a female cop. Yep. Partners. And the male cop I feel is average, stupid cop not stupid. I don't want to say cops are stupid. They're not. But this guy he thought he knew who it was and he was going to make all the evidence fit that person. He's like the kind of cop that you would see that's a big guy that wears the shirt too tight, that has a big walrus mustache and tie too short, and he knows who done it. And that's it. But he was trying to make all of the evidence fit who he thought was it, and did not want to have any other options. He wanted to close that case and be done with it. Yep. Whereas the female cop was very much more open to all of Lana's, whatever her name is, antics. Right. Right. Investigative skills. Right. I kind of had a moment where I thought she was involved. You did? Especially when she was wanting Jack to go with her. Mm-hmm. I was like, she's going to take Jack and do something with Jack. Oh. But see, I think I kind of, like I was saying, I kind of start looking for too many things because I kind of need that now. Yeah. So yeah, I thought she might have been involved, but I thought that her and the grandma were going to get together at the end. The way they were talking to each other, I was like, are they going to start dating? Right. Where are we going with this? Yeah. They were, my friends call me Lana. Is that what she said? Something like that. I finished the book a week ago, so it's I know, same. Super fresh, but same. Yeah, I thought that they were gonna at the end I don't know, the way that they were talking to each other at the end, I was like, oh, yeah. But I think that there's so many books we've read recently that there have been those kind of hookups that I'm like,
now I'm looking at everything.
Right.
Like, are they hooking up?
Right. Well, and that's why I was looking at the two dudes. Like, are they hooking up? Because I was like, okay, or is that the spin we're kind of put on it? But I wonder if the lady cop saw a little bit of herself too in the antics that that Lana, the grandmother, was doing. Like, I could see that. I bet she could relate a little bit with.
I thought it was super funny though. Like she was like, "All right, so dude's not in trouble, right? Like he's cleared, he's totally cleared." And then like she pops open the trunk, and the dude pops out of the trunk. I was like,
yeah. She was like, "He's 100% not in trouble. Like he's can you help me get him out of my trunk?
So I can't get in trouble for harboring a fugitive."
Right, right. Yeah, there was some humor in there that was funny. I mean, what would you give it on a 1 to 10?
5.5, 6 maybe.
Yeah.
If you're being nice.
I'd say 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I like I said, got through it, did not want to finish it. Like, I wanted to finish it.
It got better for me as I finished it up. Like, it was strong, middle waned, and the end got stronger again. Just when there was a little more action, I guess. And they weren't going back and forth and doing all the snooping, and I need the momentum to keep up. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah. Wouldn't read it again.
No.
Read it if you want to.
Yep.
You've been warned. So the next one that I had pulled for us to read was called The Light Pirate by Lily Brooks Dalton. Don't waste your time.
Okay.
We're not going to do that one. I'm like 25% in, and I think it might be a good one to read, but hearing it's just not clicking for me, and life's too short to read bad books.
Yes, that's why we go with Libby and Isla.
Yes. So we're going to do one that you just started. Yeah. It's called The Girl Who Was Taken.
Yes.
And it's by Charlie Donella.
Donlea. Dunlea?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Charlie Dunlea.
Sure.
Yep. So we'll do that one next time, and we'll just scratch the Light Pirate off. Unless you want to try it and see what you think, but I wasn't a fan.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
You're fine with it?
I trust your judgment.
Trust my judgment on that? Okay. Life's too short for bad books.
Yes.
When we do merch.
Yes, we need a shirt that says that for sure.
Have you... Yes.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to do some Olympics talk.
Oh, let's talk about it, because I've heard some stuff.
Oh, you heard some stuff? Okay, so we talked about Snoop last week. Flavor Flav, I forgot to mention him.
Oh my god.
He's also been all over it, and I am loving every second of it. Simone Biles has done really well. She got gold, and we've had some things today like men's shot put, and they took gold and silver for US. And yeah, everything's good. Breakdancing is a sport, and that starts soon. I can't wait to watch that. I think that's the end of this coming week that starts. What were you going to talk about that you've seen?
Well, several things. Okay. So with Simone Biles,
yes,
her teammate from the last Olympics,
yes,
where they won silver, and like her tweets, and
yes.
Did you see all the drama going on with that?
And she blocked Simone Biles. Who blocked Simone? I'll be your friend, Simone.
Me too, girl.
Oh, she is gorgeous.
She's so talented.
Oh my gosh.
So talented. Her husband's a NFL player.
Yes.
And did you see, like, people were kind of like, well, she's the talented one.
No, I didn't. But I loved that I did see him in the stands with like a notebook and a piece of paper, like taking notes on scores. And I think from what I read, he was trying to determine what she needed to win or something, which wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
But I went back and stalked her Instagram. Her wedding pictures, she wore like 3 different dresses, like just a beautiful princess. And her grandparents raised her.
Oh, really?
Yep. Her mom had some substance addiction problems, and her grandparents raised her and still support her to this day. So she's just... Simone, if you want to come on the show, just let us know.
We are available.
Anytime. Well, I don't know. Just call us.
Well, I saw that a girl from France trains with them and won gold. And when she won because she trains in Texas with the USA team. Yeah. But she competes for France. And they were calling her. They're like, come here. Like after she won, or after she did her routine, giving her hugs. The coach hugged her. Like, it was such
That's awesome.
A heartwarming, like... Yeah. Like, they didn't care that she was on the other team in that moment. You know, it was still like the girl that they... It
was her friend. Yeah.
So I thought that was awesome.
That is awesome. There was something like that happened today. I was watching the high jumps, the women high jump. And 2 women from Australia and 2 women from, I think it was Great Britain, were on the thing. And they were all just like smiling and loving on each other and just all so excited. Yeah. Speaking of high jumps, did you see the dude pole vaulter? Okay. I'm pretty sure it was pole vaulting. The one where you run and take the pole and you like fling yourself over the thing. Well,
like a slingshot.
You have to, not one part of your body can touch no, I think your body can touch, but if the pole falls, then you're disqualified. His member got stuck on the thing.
Shut up.
And it made it fall. Oh, there's slow-mo videos everywhere. It's probably on our Facebook pages. We like, yup.
Oh.
Is that a flex?
I think so. I think he gets gold.
Jackson was like, yeah, that's a flex. I thought that was so funny.
Oh my gosh.
His junk got stuck on it.
Well, something that I don't like about the Olympics this year, a Dutch volleyball player is a convicted child molester.
Get him out of here.
And is allowed to compete.
Yep.
He was given like special quote unquote treatment that he doesn't have to do interviews, or he's not allowed to do interviews. And he has a special entrance. He has a special sleeping, like he's not sleeping in like the Olympic Village.
You know where he should sleep? In a cell.
Yes. And yes, exactly.
I mean, this is, yeah.
So he was convicted of 3 counts of rape of a child, 12 years old. She was 12 years old. He flew to Great Britain to do this, and he's allowed to compete there. There's children like 11 years old competing in the Olympics this year. I don't know what why he is allowed to, and somebody that smoked a little pot wasn't allowed to compete.
Right.
And that is not a drug enhancing. If anything, it's a hindering.
I've been reading about that too. And
that was a little WTF for me.
Well, and then I flip back to Jorn van der Sloot that allegedly, or he was convicted now, right? Yeah.
That's the Aruba dude?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he admitted it.
Okay. Because he was Dutch too.
Last year.
Was it last year?
He got caught with another case.
He served time somewhere else too.
With that, they said they gave him, I think, a plea, whatever, that if he said what happened.
I was like, these Dutch dudes are getting a bad rep.
Yeah.
I mean, there's bad people and good people everywhere, but it was just, I kick him out. I hope they lose. I hope he has.
I hope he has endless sand in his crotch. Because they are beach volleyball
I hope he does too. I hope he has a terrible infection and things fall off and he never gets it hung when he pole vaults. Yeah. No, we're laughing, but that's terrible. I mean, he should not be. No, he should not be allowed to walk freely amongst the people.
No.
Let alone be there.
Mm-mm. So very disappointed in the Olympic Committee for that.
Yeah, for letting that happen. I totally agree.
My opinion, but whatever.
I don't even know his name. Do you know his name?
No, I didn't. It wasn't even worth me putting it down.
Oh, there you go. Because I was going to say, throw some shade to the Olympic people, but yeah, that's terrible.
Speaking of gymnastics,
yes,
the Green Power Ranger, like from the TV show. Mm-hmm. His name is Hector David Rivera, has a warrant out for his arrest in Idaho.
How does the Green Power Ranger have this?
Do you want to take a guess?
Weed.
No.
What happened?
He was in Idaho for a Comic-Con convention. He was like the face of the poster.
This just keeps getting better and better.
So he was there for Comic-Con, was the face. The Green Power Ranger was like the man of the convention.
We might have the mighty have fallen.
And he was in the parking lot of some place and got into an altercation with an elderly man. And then he pushed the man to the ground and stood over him and yelled at him. And it's all on video. And then he jumped into his truck and took off.
I'm picturing all of this with him wearing the Green Power Ranger.
Regular jeans and in a white tee or whatever. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He has a warrant out for his arrest. I'm sure he's not going to show up at the Comic-Con now.
Oh no. All you people that were going to see him, to see
they asked the
Hector David Riviera.
They asked the Comic-Con for a quote or their reaction, and they're like, well, obviously we don't condone this behavior, and they took his face off of the poster, like the online poster.
Good. That's what you get for trying to beat up on people.
I don't know, in his 60s. He was walking with a walker or a cane or something. He wasn't even walking steadily.
I'm done with him too. Off with this head. Oh my gosh. That is funny.
Yeah.
I had a funny story too that I wanted to tell you.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so Brian goes to bed super early. He gets up really early. He goes up 5 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. So he, Jackson and I give him a hard time about going to bed at 9 o'clock, but it's so he can, function throughout the day. Well, it was We had stayed up one night, me, Brian, and Jackson, and I think we were watching Outer Banks for like the second time, but it's something that we all liked and could watch together. So Brian had already stayed up past his bedtime. And Jackson was upstairs taking a shower and going to bed. I was just still downstairs, and I opened the door. I think I was letting the dogs in or out, and it was 10:30 at night, and a bird flew in our house. Like, first of all, I thought birds should be asleep by then. Don't they have a bedtime? So the bird flies in, and Brian's in bed. I mean,
Sure, it was a bird. It wasn't a bat.
at that point, I wasn't sure, but it was a bird. So Brian's asleep, and I'm trying to be kind of quiet. So I holler up to Jackson because our house is like really open and downstairs. So it's not like I could close the doors to keep it from flying somewhere. And I didn't want it to go upstairs because I was like, just let's do what we can to keep it down here. Well, I wanted Jackson to like hold up a blanket at the top of the stairs to keep it from going up there. I'm like yelling at the top of my lungs at this point. Brian comes in there. He's like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "There's a bird in here." And I like pointed up to where it was perched on the curtain rod or something. We've talked about how Brian's responses are not great. "What's a bird doing in here?" And I'm like, again, can we talk about it later? So
I didn't invite him in.
No, this was not a planned event. So I mean, a raccoon, yes. Like, that is something that I would, like, do, and I wouldn't be yelling about it. I'd be like, "Oh, Snuggles with Mama." So I have a towel. I didn't even know what to do. I had the towel, and I was trying to, like, throw it on top of the bird to, like, cover it up so I could then scoop it up and take him outside. Well, those things are fast. And he was going from, like, the top of the kitchen cabinets, like the very top where you would perch, to, like, a curtain rod, to like the ceiling fan. Like, I had to turn the ceiling fan off because he was trying to get like in the light of I was like, "Oh my God, don't die, don't fly into the ceiling fan, can't deal with this." And then he started hitting the ceiling. Like, I think,
gosh.
and then anyway, so Brian ended up coming out, was helping me, and he had the front door open. And he was just like doing this, like, shoo, shoo. But I mean, like, he was just directing traffic or something. I was like, that bird doesn't know what that means. So I was like, turn the porch light on. Maybe we can turn the lights in the house off. What I was thinking was turn the lights in the house off, porch light on. They'll think it's like light outside, so it'll go out there. Well, the stupid bird hit the window. I was like, oh my gosh, now we have a concussed bird. Eventually, he did go out. And Brian just like shut the door and walked away to his bedroom, to the bedroom, not his bedroom, but we share one. We co-sleep. But I was like, seriously?
Oh my gosh.
A bird. And Brian just doing this. But after all of this, Brian slams the door, goes to his room. I'm like trying to get myself together, like, what the freak just happened? Jackson comes downstairs at this point, banging downstairs, bull in a china shop. Yup. And he's like, "What you need?" And I was like, "Little late, buddy, little late." No, he never helped me hold the blanket up to keep the bird from going upstairs. He was just doing that. Oh my gosh.
I saw a video. A raccoon got in the house, so the girl was like totally freaking out. The guy was like, "What?" and like comes in with they turn on the light, and the raccoon is on top of the fridge.
Hands up! I love it. I love it.
It's like, oh my God, I would be so stoked.
I would too.
Did you follow that guy on Facebook? And his thing is like, white woman ain't scared of.
Yes. He's hilarious.
It's me.
Yes. White woman be like, "Oh, come here, let me get you some
I almost sent the video of when Rex finally like trusted me enough to come up because I was doing the whole baby talk.
Yeah.
Like, come here, all you want is some loving.
Oh.
The treats. And like this big old like black dog head.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
"Oh my, you're a little bit big. Please don't eat me."
Yeah. You thought he was like the little size of Mo and all.
I knew he was big, but like when from afar,
yeah.
And you don't realize how big he is until like,
oh yeah.
But I don't even notice how big he is. Now he just is just him.
Yeah.
But when other people see him, they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's like huge." And I'm like, "Is he?"
He's perfect. You should send that video because that is funny. That guy makes me laugh. Him and the guy that does the voiceover for animals.
Oh my gosh.
They both crack me
The seal
up.
one? When
yeah, oh yeah.
Trying to get away from
I ain't going back in that water. Yeah, they're pretty great.
Did you ever see, it's like National Geographic or whatever, when Snoop Dogg does the voiceover?
Oh, yes.
Best.
And there have been so many videos lately of him and Kevin Hart. The one where I've been studying the Olympic playbook, homie. And he's like, "What? Playbook? What?"
My best, and I send this to you on Facebook, my favorite thing about the Snoop in the Olympics is somebody made like a meme and it said, I don't know who made Snoop the USA's mascot, but I'm here for it.
Yep, I'm 100% here for it. And the music that they're doing for the US is like we were watching the beach volleyball today, and it was Snoop, and I was like, oh, is this what we're doing now?
I'm there for it.
Oh, I love it. I heard or read something the other day that said, you know how we think of Florida? That everybody else in the world thinks that the US is like Florida. Mm-hmm. I don't care.
I know. Hey, we parade our crazy around.
Apparently so. And put it on TikTok. Yeah. TikTok's the place to be.
Yeah, so I am all about some Snoop at the Olympics.
Yes.
I think he's doing a fabulous job.
He needs to go every year.
Yeah.
You know, last week you were talking about your movie theater experience with the phone ringing and stuff, and they were talking about etiquette. Well, there was actually a video of him working with like a French lady. Like she was asking him, how would you pour this wine and how would you do this? And I was like,
I saw that.
I thought of you.
Get you drunk too.
Yeah. He's just so freaking cool. I love him.
Yeah, I do too.
We need to rename this to like
Snoop, if you want to come on, we're available as well.
Yes, but we'll have to check our schedule. Someone might be here then.
So you and I are both in that Momma Drama group.
Yes.
And, I don't sleep well ever. And so at like 2 a.m. I'm scrolling. And that group always has the best stuff at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Always. Okay. So it probably wasn't 2. It was probably like 11 o'clock. And this mom says, y'all, I am over it. It's time to go in hard. Can y'all text my baby daddy? Because he blocked me. And he won't buy our kid Pampers or like diapers. Right. And so, she had to put a little bit more. That was like the gist of it. Like she was asking him to buy some diapers. He was like, no. And then blocked her. Girl, when I tell you the moms all came in.
Oh, I am sure.
They came in. This dude had to have had like 200 text messages. Like, man up. Buy the Pampers. Like, what kind of man?
Did you text him?
No. I was in bed. Like, yeah. So, like, half of the girls that were doing fake Google numbers. But then they're like, what the heck? Y'all are going from fake numbers. I'm here, like, putting my real number on blast.
Right. That's why I wouldn't done it for me.
So, but this dude, like, and then everybody is posting screenshots of their text messages, and if he responds, I was like invested.
Did he respond to some?
Yeah. And he's like, I forgot what the girl's name is, tell whatever baby mama's name is to stop or whatever. Or he was like, I know this is you. And she's like, no, but her gang's here and we're not going to stop till the Pampers arrive.
That's great.
I was invested. It was like refresh.
Yeah.
But the Powers, he eventually did. The next day he sent the diapers. Good. One lady was like, this isn't like the right way to go. There's always one that's like, this isn't the right way to do it. So the baby mama wrote something like, no, he's a narcissist. He's going to love the attention and this will move this along. Which it did. She knew.
She knew.
But I responded to that and I just said, I just want you to know that you are my people. Yeah. This is totally my level of pettiness and I love it and I'm here for it. And I am so sorry, guys are jerks. Yeah. I just want you to know that you are my people.
Well, he should have blocked her and we wouldn't have had to escalate it. But here we are and we got it done.
Buy the dang diapers.
Right.
You didn't want to suit up for the action.
You didn't wear the proper attire.
Now you get to suit up the kid.
Yes, absolutely. You know how a few weeks ago we were talking about like alibis and stuff? Mm-hmm.
Well, I got you, girl.
Yes, no doubt. Well, my friend Alexis, our mutual friend Alexis, had texted me like a few days after that episode dropped, and she was like, if anybody asks, you were with me Sunday night. And my response was, okay, cool, call me later. Like, I didn't think Yeah. Well, I was going back through my texts because a lot of times I'll read them and forget to respond. So I was just going back, making sure that I'd responded to everybody I was supposed to. And I messaged her and I was like, by the way, what was this about? Because it was days later. She was like, your podcast. So I was like, oh. So we have a whole group of people, too, that would have our back if we needed to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we know what to do.
Yeah, we do. We know the people. I wanted to tell you, too, you know how we talk about drama talk?
Yes.
I have a confession about something I like on TikTok.
Oh, I like confessions. What is it?
It's not as juicy as you probably think it's going to be.
Oh, okay.
Clean talk. They're so satisfying.
I know, and I have gotten a lot of good tips.
Yes. When the ones that really are so satisfying to me are obviously the ones where there's like a dramatic change.
Yeah.
But especially when they're pressure washing like the rugs.
So my sister has a house cleaning business. She does
Okay.
Airbnbs, and they do like houses.
Oh yeah,
And
nice.
she said that she gets a lot of her hacks from social media.
That's
Clean Talk
great.
and wherever.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gets tons of things from there. So yes, she got me started watching that.
Yeah, they're so satisfying
Yeah.
to me.
And so when I can't figure out how to get a stain off of something,
Oh
like
gosh,
I
yeah.
go straight to TikTok and
Yeah. Well, what's got me too is the things where you think you're really cleaning something and doing a really good job, but you're not until you try it another way and you're like, oh, my floors were that dirty.
Yeah.
The new spinning mop, I got one of those.
How does it work?
I love it, but I should have got the one with a separate bucket
Mm-hmm.
because dirty water and all that. So I use 2 buckets. I use one with the clean and then spin it with the dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But did you get one? Have
Not
you got
yet.
one?
Mm-mm.
If you do decide to get one, I got mine off the TikTok shop, and it shipped to me from Target.
Yeah. I bought stuff off of TikTok and it shipped from Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. But get the one with the 2 buckets.
Yeah. I'm waiting for coupons. I got a lot of things in my cart.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally understand. Coupons are magic.
Well, our drama talk. So
yes.
We had talked last time about that Amber girl in the text messages.
Yes.
And she's just a trifling
slut. Slut was our word, I think.
Well, she was calling other people that, but yes.
Yes.
So I, of course, keep on like searching, like is there any updates?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no, like I was all over Facebook, I was all over TikTok. I mean, I like dug deep.
Just refresher, this is with the little girl that had gone to talk
the 4-year-old that went to go talk to the dude
in the restaurant.
Yes. Okay. And then the new girlfriend sent the old girlfriend horrible messages.
Yes.
So there was one post, and it had to have like 250 comments, right? And everybody that has ever known this woman, Amber, commented about the horrible things that she has done. And I was there for it. I mean, I was like, notes, like taking notes. And so they went all out. They said, let's see.
She's got a history, huh?
Yeah. Well, people were sending her Cash App requests saying, money request for bastard child. Oh, God. I thought that was so funny.
That is funny. That is, again, our level of petty.
She says that she wasn't fired. However, someone had posted a screenshot of the employer saying that she was going to be fired the following day.
Oh.
Because she works with children. She works with special needs children.
Oh.
And
yeah, get her out of here too.
So I don't know if she actually was or wasn't. She says no. This person posted screenshots that she was. Whatever. Many people had out-of-pocket interactions. So this isn't an isolated incident, saying that she sent them nasty messages.
Wow. So she's just always looking out for the drama and stuff.
Allegedly.
Right.
She is an ugly person inside. She thinks she's some hot stuff outside.
That is crazy.
They were talking about getting a billboard. Like people were going to chip in and get a billboard
with her picture on it, and oh my gosh.
They had called to get quotes.
Oh my gosh. That is great. That is great.
This was one of the best things that I found out. There was a party. And this is a couple years back. She had come into the backyard. A woman was sitting in a chair holding a baby, and there's like people out there with the little fire pit or whatever drinking. And she comes back there screaming at this chick with holding a baby, like all up in. So somebody takes the baby, they stand up, they're like yelling at each other or whatever. She takes off her boot. This Amber chick takes off her boot and throws it at the girl, and then walks away. What the freak? And then I'm picturing her like walking like up,
yeah.
Who throws a boot?
That's a random thing to throw at somebody.
And there was 2 or 3 people that were like telling the story in the comments. There was like multiple people that knew about this interaction.
This girl, she should not have been so nasty.
For real. And then the best one, absolute best, was a girl was like, well, does she know that I was with her man a couple of days ago? Posts screenshots of their date and his messages.
Oh.
So she's out here like becoming America's most hated woman.
Yeah.
And dudes out there, the girl said, and all this drama should not be going over somebody that can't last 2 minutes.
So she got him too. Oh my gosh.
You know, she posted receipts. She had pictures of her and him like on the date.
Oh.
So this
chick, cute dude?
No, not like, I mean, average.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, nothing special.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
People were coming out of the woodwork to go in on this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
People have been holding on to those stories.
You know that they were
waiting for they're like, something's going to happen one day, and I'm going to need to tell everybody the story of her. The lesson is here to be nice, people.
The lesson is, if you got the man, like, just move on.
Right, that too.
But she doesn't, so.
True. True. But don't be mean, especially to kids and whatever.
Yes, the tea was piping hot.
That's funny.
Nobody likes her.
That's funny.
So, did you watch any of this Senate interviewing?
No.
Secret Service and FBI?
I don't even know anything about it.
So after the Trump
shooting,
yeah, they put everybody on this whatever questioning thing, and the Senate. I'm not like a politics person,
right?
But I kept seeing clips, and like the clips were so funny.
Okay,
they're not trying to be funny, but like I thought they were hysterical because they were just like. They had no F's to give. Like, they were not easing up on these guys. It was just hardcore questions. And so I got invested. And so then I went to YouTube and like started watching the YouTube videos. So there was something that got put out by, I don't know if it was, I think it was the FBI, like an FBI representative, that Trump didn't actually get shot by a bullet, that it was something else that hit his ear. Like, they were trying to make it like he didn't get shot at first.
Okay.
So Senator Kennedy from Utah. Have you ever watched him?
No.
He is so funny. You have got to look him up.
Okay.
They have just like 3-minute clips of him, all his crazy stuff that he says. Okay. So when he questioned the FBI guy and he's like, you know, was he hit by a bullet? Is there any question? And he's like, no. And he's like, okay, so, you know, it wasn't a space laser. And he's like, no. It wasn't murder bees. Murder bees. He said, no. He's like, it wasn't Sasquatch.
Oh, leave her out of this.
And he's like, no. But just the stuff that he says is so... This is like a serious official meeting. And he's like, so it wasn't space lasers. Oh, my God. And he's got the, like almost like a country accent.
Yeah.
You'd almost think he's from Texas.
Okay.
But...
he's not this put together official...
No.
Okay.
You gotta pull up his videos.
I'll have to pull him up. Senator Kennedy from top. Okay, I'll look at him.
But the new Secret Service guy lost his cool several times. Like you know, he lost it. Like,
did he? On him or just everybody in general?
Oh, there was like 2 on Senator Ted Cruz, and there was one other guy that he lost it on.
Okay.
But they're supposed to stay cool. They're supposed to stay collected, especially during like these hearings. And because nobody has been fired yet from the Secret Service, and they won't fully answer any questions. There's no reasoning.
Everything is still just very loose.
Yeah.
And
he kept trying to avoid questions, and they were not letting him off the hook.
Yeah.
And so he started yelling, and I was like, oh my God, like you never see any person getting questioned lose it. Because the last lady that was in charge, that she resigned, you could tell she wanted to lose it, but like she stayed calm, cool, and collected the whole time.
Good for her.
She, you know,
she held it together, and then she went home and screamed and cried and did things.
But this dude was like, and I was like, ooh.
He should probably be relieved of his duties for being a little unstable.
That, and I mean, they can't answer any questions.
Yeah.
They're like,
why even have this if you can't answer questions?
I don't know, to make them continue to...
I guess.
Whatever. But look up Senator Kennedy.
From Utah.
There's like TikToks after TikTok. Like, he's chef's kiss.
Okay. Okay.
Like, he makes watching these things worth it.
Well, we're both kind of the same. No politics. So for you to recommend him, yeah, okay.
He just like the stuff like you just don't expect a senator to say in these hearings.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That's great. I have to definitely look him up.
Yeah.
No, I don't. You get the best things on your feed,
dude. I'm like on like some kind of crazy, like I just get all the drama stuff.
I need to search some more stuff that's like going to give me the algorithm, because right now it's not that.
Well, the another part of like the drama stuff going on, we talked about the Aubrey Wyatt case and the mom Heather. So this creator, Melissa, was like so hardcore for this mom. Like she was like, oh my gosh, these girls, don't deserve any kind of whatever. She was just going hard, hard, hard for Aubrey's mom. And she flipped switch. I mean, flipped all the way.
Really?
She has a bill that she's trying to get passed, whatever. And Heather is still in all sorts of like legal stuff. She has to be very careful about what she does, what she says.
Yeah, that litigation will go on. Yeah.
And so this girl, Melissa, wanted Heather to kind of like forefront this bill, that she has so much traction, visibility, whatever. And I guess Heather didn't respond either quick enough or whatever, which I'm sure she gets 4 billion messages a day.
She's busy.
Yeah. She's got other stuff she's going on. Like the 1-year anniversary's coming up quick. She's got 2 other kids, whatever.
Yeah.
So this chick now has totally flipped switch, is trying to dig stuff up. But she's like, I've got proof that she is lying about the XYZ. Yeah. She's got all these, like, she's posting these, like, screenshots of messages, which could be sent from anybody. They're not valid. They wouldn't stand up in court.
Yeah.
But doesn't post who sent them. And even if she posted who sent them, who says is that person?
Right.
Like, you can make up
you can put anything in there. Right.
So, whatever. She's, like, going hard trying to take down this poor woman now.
Let this woman live her life.
I am saying now she's like all like up on the bully's parents' DMs and oh well, we didn't hear their side. And meanwhile, you go back like 4 videos and she's like, we don't care about their side. They should be in jail. They should be behind bars.
She's just trying to find somebody that can front her stuff.
Is what she's trying to do. She's trying to make money off of this poor woman, and it's just disgusting. Like,
people are gross, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like people are just.
Ugh. Now she's getting all of the hate that from everybody else, and she's like, we shouldn't be, why are you guys bullying me? Nobody should be bullying. I'm just putting out facts. And like, you're not putting out facts,
but you're not
putting out like stuff to help your
causes. Yeah. Oh, it's just nasty.
So TikTok is just full of drama.
It is. I'm in a mood today where I can't deal with any more drama.
I don't want any of my own drama, but at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm scrolling.
Oh, absolutely. It's fascinating. Brian's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, I'm just looking on these reels here. I don't know. I'm just watching some videos.
I'm in so many like not your grandma's tea groups.
Not your grass.
That's what it's called.
Is it really? That is hilarious. That's funny. Not your grandma's tea group. Is there good stuff in that one?
Yeah.
Is it good as Momma Drama?
No, it's a different kind of like drama.
Okay.
Like Momma Drama, like that's a unique group.
Yes.
There's all sorts of
it goes hard.
Yeah. And then you've also got like the drama that kind of spun off from original drama in that group.
Yeah. I just try not to say anything in there. I don't like anything. Like, I don't want my name to be flagged anywhere in that group. But I want to read it all.
I know. Yeah, I'm all for reading it. Especially when I can't sleep.
Well, reading is supposed to help you get some rest, so.
Well, I don't think it actually like helps because like I'm like invested.
Then you gotta go back, and then I know you do this too. You go down the rabbit holes of who, especially when they're not anonymous. You're like, oh, they posted that.
Yeah. And I can't believe what some people post. Like
me neither. Very private, personal things.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm there for it.
Oh God, absolutely. And then I want to go look at their pictures and see all the things. Where do they work? What do they do? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Facebook's I mean, I know you can kind of see some activity, but it's not like TikTok where you can be like, so-and-so viewed your profile. It's a little more on the DL.
Who are you hiding from?
Everybody. Same.
Yeah, it just blows my mind.
Oh yeah,
of what people put out there.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. Well, I know some of them write stuff obviously for attention. Like some, you can kind of tell when it's like, I'm with my brother every other weekend. With my brother, and yeah. I know. I am. Those have got to be not true. They're not true. Don't even go there. They're not true.
Somebody just got arrested in another state for, it was a mother who had the child at 14.
Okay.
She had to give the baby up for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
So now she is like 30, in her 30s, and the kid is like 14 years, whatever. The kid's an adult. So she's got to be like late 30s, early 40s, and the kid's in the 20s. Are hooking, like they are like hooking up, and they know the situation.
You know, that I can't. I feel like that's a.
And they got arrested.
Yeah, well, they should, but that's a real thing, and I can't remember what it is. It's something where like you recognize, or I know. Oh yeah, no, totally no, but it's like a real phenomenon, I guess, where especially like if you were separated from your family and then you find your family, and but you don't know they're your family, you're attracted to them. Nope.
No. I think it has to be such like a mind F.
Oh yeah.
If you're adopted.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
I always wonder like if I'm related to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That would be like really hard for me. Mm-hmm. Just in general, I think that's a lot to process, and you know, I'm sure everybody, you know, has wonderful families and whatever, but there's always probably that like weird feeling once you know. But then dating people,
yeah,
I would.
Can I see your ancestry DNA?
Yes. Can we
compare 23andMe or 23andUs? Yeah, that would be something that you'd really have to be careful of. I hadn't thought about that before. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, drama. Do we have an Am I the A-hole?
We do.
Oh yeah.
These are just like short ones.
Since I read the book, do you want to read this?
Sure. And his name is Additional Wasabi. And every time I hear wasabi, I think of Mater.
Oh yeah.
From Cars, like from 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
This is not pistachio ice cream. All right. Am I the a-hole for not ordering any food so I wouldn't have to split the bill? I, 27 male, have been a part of a small friend group, around 8 people total, basically since college. For some background, 2 people from the group, Susan and Greg, are just absolute leeches. Going out for lunch, expect them to order the most expensive on the menu, then feed you some sob story about their finances, and then dump half the bill on you. Last weekend, Dan, one of the people from the group, told me about a casual dinner. I told him how if Susan and Greg were there, I wouldn't be able to come. He tells me that they would be there, but I should just put my opinion aside and just come. This is kind of where I might be the a-hole. I agreed with him and told him I would be there. I show up and we all get to talking. Everyone began putting in their orders. Most of them spent about $40. There were only about 6 people there. When it gets to Susan and Greg, they both order expensive dishes around $200. Where are they going that there's a $200
No,
dish?
they must live in a fancy place.
But
they don't live in Clover.
Like $200,
that's crazy.
Yeah. When it was
for a casual lunch.
Yeah. That's insane. When it was my turn to order, everyone looked at me, but I just picked up the menu and point to a $4 Miller Lite and sent the waiter away. Dan asked why I hadn't ordered anything, and all I said was that I lost my appetite. The other 2 friends got up as well to cancel their orders and just have drinks. After the main courses came out, I saw Susan and Greg picking at their food. The waiter then brings over the check. Greg then grabs the waiter and asks him to split the check 6 ways. I stand up and correct him, saying that the check was to be split 3 ways. Greg looks at me confused and asks why, since we always split the bill. I reminded him that 3 of us had not eaten any food, so we would not be paying. We would just be paying for our drinks. So basically, at the end of the night, Dan, who probably only ate around $50 worth of food, was stuck with a $146.98 check at the end. Yes, I remember the exact number. I swear, I saw his jaw drop when he picked up the receipt.
Well, sure.
I slid $10 towards the check, said goodbye to everyone, and walked out.
Okay.
The next morning, I found my phone full of texts from Greg and Susan telling me I was an a-hole for not ordering any food and forcing them to pay more than they had accounted for. I honestly laughed because the steaks alone were more than what they had paid, but to each their own, right? I also got a lot of messages from Dan saying that I could have just not come instead of pulling that stunt and getting him stuck with an outrageous bill. But he tried to not come.
Right.
Okay. Edit. At this restaurant, the bar is separate, so drinks are on a separate bill, if that makes sense. And if anyone is concerned about leaving a tip, I live in Australia.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that's why it's $200.
Maybe. Do they not tip there?
I think like US is like
the only place that does.
Stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They actually pay their like waiters like
a reasonable wage.
Yeah. Edit 2. Hey guys, just wanted to clarify some things. 90% of restaurants where I live, they don't do separate checks and might separate the bill for you if you're lucky. By the way, this post is in AUD, so Australian.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want the amounts in USD, you'll have to convert it.
Oh, well, okay, there.
Dan could have easily asked Greg and Susan to transfer him the money and if he wanted to, but he's always been about helping them through their financial hardships, even though they're just using him and keeps dragging me into it. I admit what I did was immature, but I'm tired of being forced to play along. It's his money. If he wants to spend it on them, that's fine, but I'm not paying for them. Also, Dan's a really good friend of mine, albeit blind as F. I was just trying to get him to see what kind of people he was helping. I will admit it was a tad bit petty. I'm here for the petty.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think he's the a-hole.
I don't either.
This is like an episode of Friends.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no. What? If they're in a financial hardship, why are they spending that much money on a casual dinner?
Okay, well, actually, let's convert this. What is 200 AUD?
I got you. I bet I'm quicker than you. Not really.
It's $130.16.
You were way faster than me. But okay, for a casual, yes.
I don't think he's the a-hole, and I am there for the petty. Like, he went in there knowing he was going to do this. Yeah. Like, he didn't lose his appetite. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And I am here for it.
I am too, and I'm proud of the other friends for kind of canceling their orders and doing the same.
They all gotta be sick of it.
That's just not, how can you do that? Whatever. I'm mad at these. I'm mad at this friend for forcing him to do this.
Yes.
When he was trying to get out of it.
Yeah. And he said he didn't want to go if they were going to be there. So for him to say, you should just not have come, like, he tried not to come. Have you ever been in that situation where somebody's like, first of all, like, when you're going out with people, it's usually weird, like, well, like, how's the bill, whatever. But yeah, I've never been in that situation where.
I hadn't either.
I don't know.
I hadn't either.
That's weird. That's weird just to expect people to do that. Maybe it's a culture thing. I don't know.
Maybe, but it doesn't sound like it if it's bothering him and the other two people.
Yeah.
I think they just, I don't know. Yeah, no, that I've never been in a situation like that where I'm just expected to cover more than my part.
Yeah, I'm there for the petty. You know, I listen petty.
Right. Well, I'm proud of him for standing up for himself.
There's a Reddit group that's like all about petty stuff.
All petty.
It is.
Yeah, I'm just proud of him for standing up for himself and for protecting himself. Oh. This is what we were just talking about. All
right, so the title for this, Am I the A-hole for telling my sister she was dating my bio father? Let's unpack that one.
Well, yeah, here we go.
So my life's turned into a bloody soap opera recently, and I could use some outside opinions here. So she's using bloody. I'm wondering if this is a British.
Are you going to do the accent?
No. My accents are not like your accent.
No, like mine was great.
I, 24 female, am the product of my mom having an affair. Fortunately, my dad decided to forgive my mom and keep me, and I had a pretty good upbringing, but I don't really look a lot like the rest of my family. I'm the only redhead, among other things. And I did ask questions of why am I the only one with insert trait here? Nature growing up. When I was 17, my mom took me out for ice cream and introduced me to my bio father. She said that she felt I was old enough to know the truth and explained about the affair, while also A, making me promise I wouldn't tell my older sister, 27, female in the present, and B, hammering home along with my bio father that he'd never want to be part of my life, and he didn't want me.
Oh, okay.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Why, like, even introduce then?
Yeah.
Right, there's a lot to unpack in that first paragraph. It was a lot, I won't lie, but I learned to suck it up and move on with my life. Fast forward to present. My big sis has always gravitated towards older men. We like to joke that it's the result of too many George Clooney movies growing up. And 2 months ago, shared a picture of herself and her new boyfriend, who, to my shock, turns out to be my bio father. Oh my. I debated what to do for a couple of days and ultimately decided she needed the truth and told her. My sister did not take it well and dumped him, but she was angry with me. Honestly, by now, she's kind of amused, says that since she banged my dad, she's my mom and has extra power to boss me around.
Okay. Okay, well.
Okay. My mom, on the other hand, is furious. She says I divulged something that wasn't my secret to share, but it kind of was. I don't know. I kind of don't agree with that.
Yeah.
And that I had no business telling anyone. That since my bio father isn't related to my sister, it didn't matter if he dated my sister, and it wasn't like they were talking marriage anyway. Ew. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been 2 months and she's still angry, still snide, calls me a traitor, and finds excuses to make loud comments about how I can't be trusted with anything private or important, so beware. At the time, I thought I was doing the right thing, but I'd never seen my mom this angry before. And she sustained that anger for 2 solid months, so I'm starting to worry. Did I actually do something crappy? Am I the a-hole? No. First of all, it is her secret to divulge. It has everything to do with her, and the fact that the mom is like okay with her daughter sleeping with her ex whatever
Partner, lover,
is like creepy. Like the mom should have had a problem with
just like a redneck story in England. Yeah, that is I mean, okay, so people cheat.
Yeah.
Things happen like this. This is not, but yeah, she was dating your bio dad.
Yeah.
You did the right thing.
Yes. But again, like, how did the mom not have a problem with dude sleeping with her daughter after she slept with him?
She was mad at the daughter for telling.
Yes.
Mom's twisted. Mom's jealous.
Oh, so when she meets bio dad and they both hammer in the fact that he wants nothing to do with her,
yeah,
and why introduce her? Just tell her what happened. Like, why if he's not going to be part of her life,
right? Well, he might have wanted or she might have wanted just to see, like those traits she mentioned, just kind of see or
a picture, like
mannerisms.
Why like get her?
What the part that got me about that was that she bought her ice cream. Like, I think she's old enough to notice. We went and bought ice cream. I mean, ice cream does fix everything, but yeah, man, I think mom's got serious issues. She's still hung up on dude.
I kind of love that the sister like is now over it and she's like, I'm your mom.
Right. Call me mommy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I like that the sister handled. I mean, that's the best. What can you do?
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to handle it.
He could have been very mad that like they have known or the sister knew about the affair. I mean, I can see that part, like being the only one in the family that didn't know about this like deep dark secret. But and that was like a crappy position to put the daughter in. Like you can't tell your sister this.
Right.
I don't know. Mom was embarrassed that she like did this.
Right.
And didn't want anybody to know. And it came out.
It came out. It sure did.
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. She did not want the world to know. No. Yeah, no, you're not the a-hole.
No.
Not at all. You did the right thing.
No, but your mom is.
Your mom is totally an a-hole. Tell her I said so.
She's the only a-hole in this situation.
Absolutely.
And your bio dad, because like the whole like not wanting to be part of your life kind of is crappy.
Yeah, he is too.
Even like after so many years.
Right. To, like, it's not like he had to send money for diapers.
Yeah.
Like your other person.
Like Momma Drama dude.
Like Momma Drama dude. He was not going to get random texts. Yeah, he's an a-hole too. Yeah. Tell him I said so too.
Yep. Sorry, girl. Your parents suck.
They do, but it sounds like your sister are making good choices.
Yes.
And going to have a great time. So.
And your new mom.
And your new mom. Your sister / new mom. There you go.
Oh wow, gosh, that was a good one.
That was a good one. I didn't
even read the whole thing. I just saw like the title.
You found good ones though.
Well, I just read the titles. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a good one.
I'm gonna find one for next week. Okay. I'm up to the challenge. I think we covered everything.
I think we did.
This was fun.
It was a very much needed reprieve for my life.
It always is. It always is. Well, you guys make sure to like and subscribe.
Tell your friends.
Leave us some reviews. Positive reviews. I did read our new positive review.
Yes.
That was nice. I'd love to read more.
Yes, please.
Please and thank you.
We love you.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye.